Welcome back. I'm going to call this session the Exposition Dump. Because all I'm going to do is read what's in this envelope, and there's a lot here. I'll summarize it in the next video for all of you, but I feel like this is important information to have down, so I know that you're fully well capable of reading yourself, but I'm going to try reading it.
Looks like it's from Bellevue.
Who is this from, though? Okay. So this is to Lauren, your aunt, in 1960. This is from your aunt to... this is from your grandmother to your aunt. Dear Lauren, so you have been at NYU for 2 weeks now and have not called. I'm sure things are busy in the Big Apple, but don't forget the family you left behind. Good Lord, 2 weeks? Jeez, woman. You can go without a phone call for a little while. My God. Things back home are well. Jack starts high school on Monday, so he's a bit nervous. You know how he gets. Be sure to write him a letter. He misses his big sister. I admit I am still a bit nervous about you living in New York all by yourself. You are carrying ID with you when you go out like I asked? Ha! You know me, just being a mom. Somebody has to. Keep your head on straight, kid, as your dad would say, and remember that you have a family back home that misses you. Love you, Mom and Dad and Jack. Aw, isn't that precious? Now, mind you, this is back in 1960. The only way people could communicate with one another was through... We didn't have emails back then. We didn't even have computers. Phone calls and letters were how we did it. We had to write one another. So, hadn't heard from somebody in 2 weeks. All right, maybe I was being a bit harsh, because nowadays we live in an age of social media where you could just post updates about different things going on. But in this instance, you know, your little daughter's gone off to some big city far away, and you literally have no way of contacting her other than to call her on the phone or write her letters. So, all right. You gotta take the time period into account here, so I'm being harsh. I'm sorry. It's Jacko. So it's October, so September 3rd. So this is about a month and a half later. Okay. Hello, sis. I'm writing this on my new St. Clair Model 15. Mom says that improving my handwriting is a lost cause, so she got me this. Keen, huh? Oh my God. So I decided to do some quick research in editing this and look up what the hell a St. Clair Model 15 was, and my guess is that it's a typewriter. Given the time period, must be some kind of typewriter. But I cannot find a single typewriter by that name. No Google search retrieves any results whatsoever. So imagine some old-timey typewriter, I guess. Damn, what a wasted opportunity. I wanted to, like, educate people in the moment with, you know, hey, here's some old technology. But no, we got nothing. We got nothing, folks. So, moving on. I've already typed up a few stories on it and this letter. Can't type for long because Dad says the noise drives him up the frigging wall. What does he know? So how is life in the big bad city? Troy is dead boring as usual. Why'd you have to go to college, huh? There's nobody to talk to in this dump anymore. See you at Thanksgiving, Jacko. Oh, wow. That's great. That's exactly how a teenage kid talks. But words like keen and wow. All right, let's continue. So that was a month and a half later. So here we go. December 5th. So here we are another month and a half later. No, 2.5 months later, actually. So this is after Thanksgiving. This is coming from Mom. Dear Lauren, well, Thanksgiving time has come and gone, and so have you. In just 2 short months, I can already see you evolving into a capable young woman. You have outgrown this small town, Lauren. That much is obvious. Jack will be following in your footsteps soon, I am sure. Visiting you in New York is all he talks about. Speaking of Jack, I know you are worried about him. We all are, but don't feel that is your responsibility. You are his sister, and you love him, but he's got to learn to live without you eventually. You are growing up. Let him grow up too. Till Christmas, love, Mom and Dad and Jack. So Lauren has a bit of a caring streak to her. She's got a bit of a motherly caring streak, it seems. You know, she's trying to look out for her her little younger brother. She feels his pain, so she's trying to be there for him. And meanwhile, Mom's like, "No, let him grow up. You're coddling him too much." That's just a little inside info about Lauren Blackwell. This is from Rose's standpoint. You're learning about your aunt. You're learning about what kind of person your aunt really was. So, wow. This is almost a year later. Wow. This is from Jack, it seems. So he started high school last year. So he's been in high school for a year, and he's starting his 2nd year of high school. All right. Lauren, can you keep a secret? I don't want to say this over the phone in case Mom or Dad overhear. Mom's been acting odd lately. It started a few days after you went back to New York. She was dragging me shopping when she suddenly screamed and fainted. She was pointing at the corner of the room, but there was nothing there. We brought her to the hospital. Sorry, that's how I deal with typos. We brought her to the hospital, and she says she's fine now, but she's been very on edge and paranoid. It's hard to explain. Dad's no help. Can you call and try to cheer her up? She won't listen to me. Just don't tell her about this letter. I just hope she's okay. Jacko. Two months after that letter, here's another letter from Mom. You seem concerned after our last phone call. I just wanted to write and reassure you that everything is F-I-N-E fine. Let us know when you're coming home again for Thanksgiving. With love, Mom and Dad and Jack. Here we are right after Thanksgiving, like clockwork. It's always around Thanksgiving when things get weird. No typos. Look at that. Jacko's getting better. Dear sis, Mom's getting worse. You said it best during Thanksgiving. It's like somebody is watching over her shoulder. Paranoia. She sits by herself for hours, pretending to read when it's obvious she isn't. Lately, she's been covering her ears as if to keep out a sound and closing her eyes tight. Dad's losing patience with her. He's convinced she's lost her mind, and I'm starting to agree. She refuses to get any kind of help. Why can't she see that there is a problem? This isn't normal. Not normal at all. Why can't she see that? I hate to admit it, but I'm kind of scared. Scared for her. I don't know what to do. Jack. Notice the Jacko is gone. No more Jacko. He's starting to grow up a little bit. February 23rd, 1962. So we got 2 more months later. Lauren, it has a name. Mom locked herself in the bathroom this morning. She sounded like she was talking to herself in there. Well, not to herself. It was like there was somebody else there. But there wasn't. I listened. I couldn't understand it, but she did say the name Joey. There's that name again. I asked her later who Joey was, and she got really scared. Then she got angry and said, if you know what's good for you, never mention that name again. This could be the key. If we find out who Joey is, maybe we can save her. This is a month later. A month. Yeah, well, pretty much a month. Dear Lauren. Well, it's done. The final papers have been signed. It hurt a lot, but it had to be done. Mom has now been committed to a mental ward. I have to say, I am relieved. I know how you feel about it, but you weren't there. You didn't come home to see her screaming and tearing her hair out, running around the house, knocking down everything in her way. Cuts were all over her face, and the house was practically destroyed. I was so shocked I just closed the door and waited outside for Dad to come home. It was awful. She clawed at him. Clawed at his face and drew blood. It will haunt my dreams for the rest of my life. Thanks for coming out, Lauren. I don't think Dad and I could have handled it on our own. She kind of drained us, you know? Can I come to New York and visit? I just need to get away for a while. So this is March 1962, so we are 3 years and 2 months into the future now. Congratulations! Summa cum laude! I always knew you were a smarty pants, sis. Now, you've got the documentation to prove it. Thanks again for letting me stay at your place for the weekend. It was just like old times, except you weren't smoking then. New York is an amazing city, and Columbia has a great campus. I can't wait to move down there in September. But until then, I've got to deal with our grumpy old man. He's insufferable as always. Ever since Mom, he's been hard to talk to and very hard on me. I should tell him you're smoking now. Maybe then he'll concentrate on you for once. See you again soon. So, Jack, 5 years ago, was starting his first year in high school. And it's been 5 years. So you got to figure he's starting college now. May 17th, 1965. So we are a year and June, July, August, September, October. We are 3 years and 5 months into the future now. Whew. Quite the jump. It's happened, Lauren. Just like you eventually said it would. I'm in love. Her name is Maria. She's from Italy. And we met in statistics class. She asked if she could copy my notes because her hand was tired. We ended up having lunch and we've been inseparable ever since. She's incredible. She's got the most amazing red hair. And I want you to meet her. I'll come by soon. Full disclosure, I kind of have a thing for redheads myself, but, you know, we don't want to talk about that right now. 3 years and another, I guess, 5-ish months into the future. So what? This is 10 years. This has been 10 years all this shit's been going down. Lauren? Are you alright? Ever since Mom's funeral, you've been hard to reach. I know it's been hard on us, but it's been 6 months. I tried calling, but you never answer. I came by the other day, but you didn't open the door. I knew you were there, Lauren. I couldn't hear you. I risked using the spare key you gave me, but you changed the lock. Come for dinner on Christmas Eve. Maria is a great cook. We won't ask any questions. Just come. Mom might be gone, but we're still here. I miss my big sister. So that was 1970, December 19th, December 20th. So this is almost 10 days later. Lauren, who is Joey? I went over last week to give you a Christmas gift. You didn't answer the door, but I heard you talking to somebody named Joey. Is it a boyfriend? Are you seeing a man named Joey? Is that why you've dropped off the map? Or is it something else? I don't think I need to tell you what. For God's sake, talk to me. See, that was December, so it's 2 months later. Lauren, I know you're annoyed, but I am not sorry. I didn't want to do it, but you left me no choice. Hiring a private detective to follow you was the only option left. He told me some odd things. You won't talk to me, but you'll talk to total strangers. You'll go to every far corner of the city at the strangest hours, and you talk to yourself when you think you're alone. Don't deny it. He heard it, and so did I. Not that any of it made any sense. That alone is disturbing enough. But then he saw you collapse. You were all alone in some obscure park in the Bronx when you just fainted. He was about to call an ambulance, but then he saw you get up and walk off like nothing happened. You were always there for me growing up. Don't shut me out, sis. Let me be there for you. Let me be there for you now. I know I added an extra line. Shut up. Oh, this is from Lauren to Jack. Jacko, please stay away. Don't worry about me. There are things that need to be done, and I am the only one who can do them. Don't ask me to explain. All I can say is that I understand our mother more than ever. She was never crazy, Jacko. Trust me on this. And take some comfort in it. You've grown up. And you've grown tough. And you don't need anyone to fight your battles anymore. You don't need me. But I'll always be your big sister. Lauren. (1973). So this is 2 years later. Wow. I am returning your letter because I refuse to accept it. No, you don't need to fight my battles. I'm not 14 years old anymore, but we are still family, and that's important, especially now that Dad has died. Look, you obviously have something going on, and that's fine. I don't have to be involved if you don't want me to, but I still want you involved in my life. Maria and I are getting married in November. You are coming. No stupid excuses. Jack. Notice he subtly reiterated the Jack with no more Jacko. Greetings from Greece! If there were any words to describe the beauty of this place, it still wouldn't do it justice. A perfect spot for a honeymoon. Things have been crazy, as you can imagine, but I wanted to quickly write to you to say that I'm glad you made the wedding. Of course, I'm still worried about you, but somebody has to be. You take care and stay in touch. Maria says hi.
There are some pictures stuck to the back of this letter.
So let's see, that was 73, so here we are 3 years later. Dear Aunt Lauren, yes, Aunt Lauren, you're an aunt. I'm a dad. Maria gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. We named her Rosangela after Maria's grandmother. She's so quiet. She hardly cries at all. I'm all set to spoil her rotten, but Maria says to take it easy. She looks just like her mother, and there's a bit of you in her eyes, too. And Mom and Dad. Everything our family was or will be. This child is it. Life is changing so fast. I just want to hold on to this tiny creature and never let go. The future's an exciting place, and I have everything I could ever want. I don't want anything to change. Ever. God damn it, that sounds like sad foreshadowing. I was right! So they gave birth to Rosa in 76. Here it is, 1981, so it's 5 years into the future. The law offices of Durkin and Goldberg. Durkin is, by the way, a reference to one of Dave Gilbert / Wadget Eye Games' earlier game, The Shiva. And Abe Goldfarb, one of the voice actors of this game, the whole game series, that is. Abe Goldfarb was also a voice actor in that, so. Dear Ms. Blackwell, it is indeed within your legal rights to take custody, I think they meant custody, It is indeed within your legal rights to take custody of your 5-year-old niece. With the death of her parents, you are the only living relative. Please contact our office and we will start the necessary paperwork. Sincerely, John Durkin.
I assume that's my mother. She sort of looks like me, I guess. Other than that, she's a total stranger. Is that my dad? He looks so young. I always pictured my dad as being older. That's definitely Auntie Lauren. She's looking at something off camera. I wonder what it was.
Jacko, Lauren. And I guess that's my grandmother, Patricia. Well, that's all for the exposition dump. Let's pick this up in the next video.